It looks like the sun's coming out, finally. Well, according to the weather report, it's only supposed to rain until 8 a.m. and then it's supposed to clear up nicely and be partly cloudy. And sure enough, it's almost exactly 8 a.m. right now. This is it. This is it. Hold on. All right, so yeah, I came over here to use the bathroom, and you know, I had an ulterior motive as well in mind, because Darinda had given me this picture the other day, and it really has very little information on it. Clovis Bakery Restaurant. I mean, that's about it. And by looking at it, you can see, yeah, bakery, restaurant, groceries, tobacco, cigars, candy, whatnot. So I kind of thought to myself, well, this is probably in the Old Town area, obviously, in the Pulaski zone, as it were, the original town of Clovis. So I'm looking at this picture here, and you know, it says Clovis Home Bakery on it. And I turn around, and what do I see here? Home Bakery. Let me tell you, I'm like a kid in a candy store, finding places like this from a picture like this. I mean, this picture has no detail on it. All it says is bakery, restaurant in Clovis, home bakery, right? I mean, come on. Yeah. That's what I like to do, get out here. Just hunt history, right? This week on History Hunters, Clovis Home Bakery. So I'm just, you know, standing halfway in the street filming this building behind me, which I think is related to this picture here. And of course, right across the street, I see a group of old timers. I think I'm just gonna mask up, and I'm gonna go over there and show them this picture, see if they have anything to say about it. Morning. I don't mean to interrupt your powwow, but I kind of do. I'm just like a local history buff, looking to discover bits of history that I find in pictures and stuff. And I got this old picture. I don't know if this rings any bells with anybody.
You bought Clovis?
Yeah, it's Clovis.
I don't live here.
Oh, you don't live here?
No.
Let's see it. Boy, it's too bad Ron's not here.
This is a Clovis Bakery Restaurant. I'm not sure. That's all the information it says there. Now it says right here, Clovis Home Bakery. And I'm walking around the back here, and on the back of this building, old signage from whatever was there before says Clovis Home Bakery.
Well, we got a person here who's got a picture,
shop over here,
and he wants to know if you know anything. That's what's it called?
I think it would be called the Clovis Home Bakery. It was originally the Clovis Bakery and Restaurant.
You know anything about that one?
Yeah, Clovis Bakery, yeah. Okay, I'll be right down. It's right, it's right there across the street. It's just south of the museum. That's where the home bakery is.
Yeah.
Are you coming down?
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Okay. All right. See you in a few minutes.
Okay, goodbye.
Oh, amazing.
A couple blocks over. He rides his bicycle down.
I'm the culprit.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a Western town there. Oh, is that what it was? They're dressing up for the day, or is that just old garb?
Okay,
And this description obviously says really nothing worthwhile.
Clovis Bakery Restaurant and general line of groceries. And then, back then, the Examiner was the predecessor to the Clovis Independent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that was some
Well-
sort of press.
They actually, well, no, the Examiner, they must have had Fresno and Clovis working together at that time, because the Fresno paper was the Examiner too for a short time.
Huh.
Okay, that's a nice photo anyway. That's
Cool. Well, thanks.
well.
I'm just
as far
kind
as I
of.
know, if it's home bakery, the bakery, I believe this is before they built the brick building.
Yeah, definitely.
Then they went brick because they had fires in this area.
Yeah, thanks. That's just kind of a little local history
Right.
buff, and someone handed me this
But-
picture the other day.
But I never had that photo when I ran the museum, so but I do.
Oh, you
know-
were part of the museum.
I knew. Now on the back of that building, you'll see the sign, home bakery.
Yeah. Well, have a great morning. Thank you. So, right behind the Clovis Big Dry Creek Museum is this bathroom, which was the original reason why I came here. And one of the old timers back there told me, obviously this is a new building. It didn't used to be here. So what he was saying is that before this building was here, the back wall of the museum, well, they had a screen on that, and they used to show movies here. There was a wooden fence that would go right across the way there, and people would be led in, and they would watch movies right here. So this was an original outdoor movie theater, well ahead of its time, and could probably be thriving in today's society. So I was at the ranch for a couple of days, and I got back yesterday. I sprayed all the cow remnants off of my tires, gave a little cleanup, but you know, I recorded a little bit yesterday, and I just really wasn't feeling it. I was kind of in a little bit of a funk, you know, not a full depression, but a depressed curve, if you will, from my norm, which my norm's been pretty high recently, because I've just been excited about making videos, jumping into local history. And well, I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. as per usual to the sound of, well, maybe not that sound, but rain hitting the roof. And it was steady and wet and gross. It's dark and wet. The sun's not up yet. I went back to bed, woke up around 7:30, and I didn't know what I was going to do. It was still raining. I decided to drive around a little bit, and I noticed the picture sitting next to me that Darinda had given me, that Clovis Home Bakery one. So I thought to heed my own advice. You know, I go on about, if you don't like where you are, if you don't like the position you're in, if you're in a funk, do something to change it. Well, that's exactly what I did this morning. I took that picture and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go investigate. I'm gonna see if I can actually figure out where this old building was. And sure enough, I mean, look, I'm in a great mood again. Just that treasure hunt, trying to locate something that nobody really knows about. I talked to half a dozen old timers over there, and by piecing little bits of their stories and knowledge together, I'm pretty confident I found the location where that picture was taken. Granted, it's changed a lot over the years, but what doesn't? So, you know, I was just cleaning out my van here right now, a little bit from some of that ranch dirt, and it just struck me. Yeah, you know, I could have been in another funk today. It's raining. It's kind of gloomy out. The sun came out for like a minute and then left again. And days like these are the worst, where if you really let yourself get down, it's easy to get down. And especially if you add, you know, alcohol or some other depressant to the mix, you could go real down and just lay in bed all day loathing the existence of life, right? Well, I wasn't going to let that happen. It's starting to rain again. But you know what? I'm in such a good mood now, I don't think anything could bring me down. Don't challenge me, world. Life, don't give me a challenge. So I'm back at the location of what I originally believed was the Clovis Home Bakery, now occupied by the Forest Oak Creek Creations. And I just want to see if we got any more information or knowledge here within. Very cool. Hi. Good. Yeah, I've come on a strange journey. Do you know the history of this building at all? That's the person I'm looking for. This is the old, what was it called? The home bakery, right? Yeah. Now, while the shop owner had this cool old picture of the shop, and he had a little bit of a handwritten record of its history, it only went back so far. So this building right here behind me was the original home bakery, Clovis Home Bakery. And it was a brick building from at least as far back as 1914. The gentleman inside there had a little bit of history on it, but it didn't go back all that far. A lot of divorces and a lot of changing of the hands. But he did recommend that I go down to the bank down the street, Central Valley Community Bank, I believe it's called. Now, they're all locked down because of the lockdown. And I was kind of poking in, and one of the tellers came up. There's nobody in there. So I told her what I'm doing. I'm on a little treasure hunt, and I heard she might have a picture that would help me. And she said she would let me in, but I could not take any pictures or shoot any video. And that's really unfortunate because they have an amazing picture in there that is exactly this area behind me. It's shot from probably on top of a building on this side, looking down at what is now the museum. It used to be a bank. This building was not there at all. And then this clearly states that it was the bakery, but now that was a brick structure. And beyond it was a taller building that went all the way down, and that was like a 2 or 3 story brick building. So I don't know, I'm still thinking that this was the original location, and the picture I have just predates the brick building, which the picture indicates was already standing in 1914. Now, the city of Clovis wasn't incorporated until, it was incorporated in 1912, but the first station in Clovis was here in 1891. So, leaves a lot to think about. So that picture that I saw at the bank, I believe would have been taken from whatever structure was standing here on the northwest corner of Pulaski and 4th at the time, 1914, probably from a second story. I don't know how old this building is back here. See if I can find out. It was definitely taken from up there, looking down at the museum and the bakery, which would have been the bank and the bakery. All right, well, I was just talking to a nice gentleman up on the second floor. He said there's a bunch of history in here. I can come and take a look. And that this was, in fact, not the original building here. Let's see.
That's when it turned into a hotel or something. So once they
From hospital to hotel.
yeah.
And the whorehouse in between.
Yeah.
I mean, that's every town had one of those, right?
And then that's still when it's a hotel. That's like an advertisement for
This is 38. Okay.
yeah.
Wow, cool.
So it was still kind of by itself back then, and then it burnt down.
No. They put that banner right in my way.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Well, I've been having a lot of fun this morning, walking around Old Town, showing the picture to people, trying to get any information I can. And I think I've had a pretty good amount of success. Really disappointed that bank wouldn't let me take that picture in there, because that picture is exactly the angle of the area I'm looking at. Now, whatever, I'm over it because I just got a message that my drone has arrived, finally. Yes, thank you DJI for sending it to me again. Hopefully this one doesn't screw up.